Hi, Chris. How are you today?
Rob, I am, well, I suppose I'm here.
It's been a whole week.
We're easing out of lockdown, Rob. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Easing down, out of lockdown.
No, we're not easing around here, but I know everybody else is.
Well, it's over, Rob.
Yeah.
It's over.
Or so they say. Yeah.
It's over. The old people aren't getting it anymore. It's the young people. It's over for me.
Schools are in.
Schools are in. Patrick's back.
Yeah. So I have 2 stories this week.
Really?
2 stories. How many stories do you have, Chris?
18, Rob.
18. Okay, we're bugging along.
It's been a busy old week. For lots of things, hasn't it?
That hasn't been too bad.
I hope one of your stories is about Sony.
Well, I could tell you about the, what is it, the A5, A6 or whatever it's going to be.
Oh, the Canon?
No, the Sony.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So it's the new body that's coming out.
How do you know this? Where are you getting this information? I keep asking this every week.
I don't know. It's just osmosis, really. So it's basically going to be a A7 III with a shit viewfinder. I can hear something crackling. Are you rubbing up against your mic?
No, it's my tummy.
Oh, okay. It's going to be with a shit viewfinder.
Yeah.
And what else is it going to have? It's going to have a couple other things that are really downgraded. But supposedly it's going to be in around the £1,000 mark.
That's good, Rob. Like, do you know what? That's good. That's
or
good.
so I heard.
Well, you thinking that, shit viewfinder, okay, so it might, but if
you... So you have to sort of use the screen.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise you're going to use the crappy viewfinder.
Do you think that's what they're doing? Do you think they're trying to do away with the viewfinder?
Well, I think they're trying to bring it into the budget, into that £1,000 mark. And to do that, they need to lose, the 9.3 billion pixel, viewfinder that they've just put in the A7 IIIS.
Do you know what they could do, Rob, if they were smart?
A7S III. Just too much nomenclature. My God.
Nomenclature?
Like all the model names are so long.
You know what? I was thinking, we should just call them. Call them after dogs. Sony Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Sony Doberman. You think of that?
Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua. Fuck me.
So, anyways,
my friend.
No, I don't have a Sony story this week. Besides that, I have a Canon story.
Oh.
Canon have come out with a teeny tiny little sensor. A teeny tiny little sensor that has 20 stops of dynamic range.
Oh.
20 stops of dynamic range and is sensitive all the way down to 0.08 lux.
Up. Do you know what?
So it can see in blackness.
Do you know what, Rob? Somebody has been to area, whatever it is, 51.
Yeah.
That's not normal, is it?
That's amazing. And you know what? Yeah, that's fine that it's a teeny tiny little sensor right now and they're working on it. But it's going to be in no time they'll have expanded that, made it a bigger sensor, and they'll iron out everything and it won't be as grainy as, these test subjects are.
Yeah.
But 20 stops of dynamic range, it's
something, isn't it?
Crazy.
Do you think that this is all the technology coming from all different places? It's not just photography anymore. This is coming from card makers and space.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Canon is who Canon is, and Sony is who Sony is, those are the guys that they're really, just cutting through everything, cutting through all this technology. Nikon, poor Nikon, they're buying Sony sensors and they're just, trying to keep up with everything. And, God forbid your Pentax, or anybody else, Canon, the fact that they are such a huge company and they have so many different divisions of technology and they can just share all that stuff.
Rob, I've just thought of something that's just come into my head from your previous Sony story.
What's that?
But they don't really need a viewfinder. All you need to do is the hot shoe is just have a little plastic square or
an optical viewfinder.
No, just little plastic thing you look through.
Well, I don't know if you follow Hasselblad at all.
No,
but Hasselblad have what do they call it right now? I think it's the 907. 907 is this new body, and it basically looks like a teeny tiny little square, and it's maybe an inch thick. Mm-hmm. It's maybe 4 inches by 4 inches and an inch thick. Mm-hmm. And then on the back of that, you can put any of their backs.
No.
So what is it? This is horrible, but the CFVII or whatever back. So you put a 50 megapixel back on that, a CMOS back, and then they have their teeny tiny little new medium format lenses. Yeah. And you have this beautiful little tiny medium format rig. Mm. So
at only there's £40,000.
No, it'll be under 10. It should in around 10.
Okay.
And then you have, you have your LCD at the back the back that you can use to viewfind. Mm-hmm. But they also have made a little cold shoe adapter viewfinder, which is a purely optical viewfinder. So it's just a little, frame. So you've got a 10,000-pound Hasselblad.
I love it, Rob.
And you're looking through a little frame to frame.
I love it.
It's great. It's totally retro.
Well, isn't that kind of like the story of the Russians and the Americans whenever they went to space, and the Americans spent a fortune designing pen that would work in space, and the Russians used pencils? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of that idea. How can we do this? Oh, I have an idea. Let's hold our fingers up like an artist. See what the crack is.
How simple can we be?
No, I know, but you know what? Well, yeah, I get you. But £10,000, I suppose. That's okay.
Oh, you know what, Chris? It is a beautiful looking camera. It is beautiful looking. Well, I mean, if it shoots half decent, they will sell a ton of those things.
Well, you know what?
Because they're up against Fuji, and that the Fuji 50 megapixel camera now is around $6 or $7 grand.
Yeah.
And it might be a hard sell, but we'll see.
Okay, that's very interesting.
What's your first story, Chris?
Well, it's a story, Rob. I always wrestle with this as a story. It's not really a story. I suppose it's a story in a way. Once upon a time, but started like that'll be a story, won't it? Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, in PhotoWorks.
If the prince kisses the princess at the end, maybe.
Indeed, or the prince, Rob. Mm-hmm. You can't leave.
Whatever.
You can't leave
Prince and Prince.
You can't leave people out. Let's party like it's 1999. See what I did there, Rob?
Okay.
Yeah. See that? It was humorous. Oh dear. Here, the Chihuahua thing really cheered people up.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. I'm glad that I'm...
I didn't get your feedback on that little video. No. And if you haven't missed that video, you should check it out on Instagram.
It's brilliant. But I think what's happened is you've manipulated... I don't know how you've done it, but you've manipulated my voice at the beginning to make it sound like I said Chihuahua. And whenever, of course, I said Chihuahua.
It's not Chihuahua. It's not Chihuahua.
I had lots of people contact me saying it really made their day. In fact, there was one person said they had the worst day since COVID, and they came back and watched it, and it cheered them right out of it. The power of humor.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, Coco the clown, with the red nose. Oh, I apt. Okay, so I'm looking at PhotoWorks. If you go into PhotoWorks and go into what the crack is with and learn and all that sort of stuff that they put up, they have a page that is virtual visits. Which I find very interesting for nowadays. And it's PhotoWorks recognises the difficulty in taking students out of school, the unique educational value of our programme. They've started to create a virtual walkthroughs and 360 tours of exhibitions that students can experience in the work, seeing the work in situ, and develop knowledge and understanding around curatorial themes. What do you think of that?
Do you want my personal opinion?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I believe I saw a year-end show.
Oh, can we talk
a couple months ago? Well, no, I saw a year-end show that was portrayed as a virtual reality thing.
Yeah, it was shit.
And it was so hard to actually see the images. At that point, I'd rather just see the names with a thumbnail.
Yeah.
I'll click on the thumbnail and I can see all their images and I can scroll through their images. If you make a really great virtual reality one that's really quick and it looks like a room and I can see prints and, on far walls and everything and I can click on that and it brings me in and I can see, and then underneath I have a thumbnail of a film strip of all their other images and I can click on through those. That's cool. But the way that I saw this one portrayed, it was just so difficult. It was so convoluted.
It made me shout fuck. There, what time was it? 17:13. And I said fuck twice. It was dire, if I'm being honest with you. And I think I felt really bad for the students because it doesn't.
It was
So, but what I think all you needed to do there was have a white space, and you looked around it, and there was links to their websites. Realistically, it could have been as simple as that. You can't go in and have this work distorting on walls, and it didn't work. But this is nice because what you're getting is, you're getting Brighton photo, you're getting you're getting on certain subjects, you're getting there's loads of really good stuff in it, and it's it's aimed at students and teachers, and they're accompanied by resources for teachers. So it's aimed at this isn't I suppose this is so students who can't get out because there's nothing happening and because galleries aren't opening yet and all that sort of stuff. This is something in these times that we can have a discussion in the classroom, and I imagine students sitting in an art class or whatever, and they're doing this. I imagine they'd be tickled. It would be something that it would pass the time. There'd be conversations around it. So I like it. I thought it was I think it's a decent attempt, and it's read, resource, and listen. So there's it's really nicely put together. It's very simple, but a nice idea. My next story, Rob. Do you want me to? If you got another one, do you want me to do this one?
Rock on.
Okay.
I got one more story after this. That's
okay. Well, mine's not going to be too long. Okay, so I'll go to this one here, which is Photo Bookstore, and it's Peter Watkins, The Unforgetting, and it's 35.
Watkins? Wilkins?
Watkins, Watkins. Okay, and it's called The Unforgetting, and it's 35 quid, so it's not expensive, but I keep hearing really, really decent reviews of it. So essentially, in 1993, Peter Watkins' mother walked from Zandvoort Beach into the North Sea to her death. Yeah, I know. But The Unforgetting is the artist's long-term exploration of trauma, loss, and shared family memory. So sounds heavy, but actually, whenever you get it and look at it and kind of going through everything, it is it's super interesting. It's really well put together. There's loads of listen to here. Wood is present throughout and points to the Germanic, the folkloric of growth and time itself, both passing and splitting. I love that stuff. I love whenever we start putting in visual metaphors. I love how you can read stuff like that and not know initially what it's about, and then we dip into research, and you're like, okay, you get this kind of this thing that could be twisted and used in your own work in different ways. So, Unforgetting, Photo Bookstore, Peter Watkins, 35 quid.
Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins. Oh, hold on a second, Rob. What's up, son?
I'm just going to look out the window.
You're going to what?
Look out the window.
No, you can't look out the window.
Why?
Because if you let light in, it'll make this go all blue.
Mum said the
Oh, you have to look. Okay, well, go really quickly. Don't trip over anything. Sorry, Rob. Just go really quickly. Let's continue to chat. There might be a bit of a burst. Now put your head underneath it quickly, okay? Is it a nice sunset? Is it? Go put your head on. You're not doing anything troubly there. Okay.
Oh, it is a very nice sunset, Chris.
I could look at that forever.
Do you hear him? He could look at that forever. Good for you, son. Do you want to come and do a description of it?
That was just so nice.
Was that just so nice? Okay, come and give me a kiss and I'll continue talking. I don't knock anything. Give me a kiss. Okay. Good boy. What film are you watching, by the way? Pig? Gee whiz, good for you.
What's Pig?
Don't know, movie night. Every Friday night's movie night in this house. Popcorn, Maltesers.
Oh, nice.
TV on.
It's a healthy snack.
Good, healthy snack, Rob is right. Cider for daddy. That sounds nice. That could be a good fun. Cider with Rosie. Okay, so I'm going to go on. Let me just do this next one quickly because it's kind of on that. And it's Nearest Truth. And we're up to number 70, episode 70. So it would last you a lifetime.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That must be 70 hours. It's probably 140 hours, something like that, of chatting, chit-chatting. But it's episode 65, Brad Firehelm, and it's Make a Book. And it's him talking about his experience in Bookland. And it's really worth listening to. I think it's in 2 hours, something like that, 2 hours long. But easy listening, sticking on, work away, do your grass while you're doing it. Education.
Link in the description.
Link in the description. Okay, Rob, I have only one more after that, so I'll let you bang.
You have one more? Go. Huh? Go.
Okay. Sorry, Leah's also popping in. Okay, so mine's, this is, where is it? It's WePresent. You know how I love WePresent.
Yes. Very good. Very good resource.
Yeah. Do you know what, Rob? Everything about it. You know, I did a degree in design, so
it's done right. It's done right.
It's nice. It's really contemporary and cool. Okay.
You can submit your own stories to WeTransfer.
Yeah.
Everybody uses WeTransfer.
Everybody.
You can submit your photo stories or whatever story, whatever creative story you have, to WeTransfer, and they put it in front of their board, and if they like it, they'll put it up.
Do you know what?
They'll publicize it.
That's great. I've never seen anything shit on it.
Pardon me?
I've never seen nothing shit on it.
No, it's all very good. They're good judges of creative talent.
Yeah. And I actually must look and see what the crack is, who sits on it. But this is by Yufan Lu, okay? That's probably pronounced very badly. Yufan Lu. And in these images, I get such a sense of what was lost. And it's essentially about China's cosmetic surgery industry, which barely existed 20 years ago. And now it's kind of gone a wee bit bonkers. Yufan, we'll call her Yufan. I should have Googled this first one, done my usual pronunciation. Because we know how good I am with the pronunciation.
Just say it 7 or 8 times for me, would you? So we can get a good video bite.
No, because I don't want to make people happy. I'm not enjoying myself at the moment. I don't want anybody. I want everybody else.
Wuhan.
So what we have is lots of different things, but she essentially sends her image away to one of the sections is she sends her image away to prospective surgeons, and they doodle on the thing to show her what could be fixed and what's wrong.
Geez.
Yeah, geez. And it says, I think this project gradually developed into a form of therapy for me, but if you imagine, it kind of looks like, you know, whenever you see those photographs of James Dean walking through Times Square, and you can see there's been
dodge and burns.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of a modern day scalpel version of that. You have these red and black pens being used, and I don't quite know what they're suggesting they do. She looks, I know she looks 20. She looks very fresh faced, and. They're like pointing out lines and wrinkles which aren't really there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, it goes through. The surgeons use theories to back up the changes they recommended. One was physiognomy, the study of assessing a person's character based on their facial features. Okay, So what is it? It's 2025, 19. I'm going to say that in that instance, I would be fucked. If you're judging on physiognomy. Oh, do you want me to say physiognomy a few times?
That's a good word.
It's a great word, isn't it? Great word. I know a lot about it.
And it probably didn't exist 20 years ago.
Probably didn't exist 20 years ago. So what we get is these photographs of these images feel like a post-mortem photos of me. I get such a sense of what was lost. So really, the imagery is beautiful. The idea for me is just absolutely sublime. I love the idea of sending your image away and somebody going at it. You know what I mean? With the eye of a surgeon who needs money and wants to cut you up. There you go.
Yep.
That's me, Rob.
Chris, I have to excuse myself here for my attire.
Oh, Rob, you're not in the bathrobe again, are you?
No, I've worn my painting outfit because I wanted to do some painting today at the studio.
Do you know what? Here, I'm going to tell you this, Rob.
So I've got on my very, 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 very old vintage Wrangler shirt, which is probably at least 50 years old.
No way.
And it's very threadbare, and all my cuffs are falling off.
Are you
But anyways, oh my gosh, we're going over our time here. So,
well, over 30 minutes?
Over our 20 minutes.
You know what? Sod the 20 minutes, Rob. People don't like it, they can turn off.
Right.
Far too much. Let me just say this, you're the Grayson Perry of photography in my eyes, Rob.
Huh?
Sexy and talented. There you go. It's out there now.
Oh, I'm blushing, Chris. Thank you. That's all I ever wanted to be.
The Grayson Perry of photography?
I don't even know who Grayson Perry is.
Shut up. Grayson Perry. Said a couple of times.
Grayson Perry?
Grayson Perry.
No idea.
Oh, you do know who Grayson Perry is. You go and Google that and then see how big a fool you've made of yourself in front of the whole nation.
I don't know. Are they photographers?
No, it's one person.
Oh.
We've said too much. We're going to have to delete this out. If you think Chihuahua was bad, Chihuahua.
Okay, you can edit this as a video bite then.
Chihuahua.
So my last story.
Yeah.
My last story. So if you use Adobe Lightroom Mobile on your phone or on your iPad, this story's been going on for a couple of weeks now. So here we go. You know, there's my Adobe Lightroom. I use the camera all the time. But the thing is as soon as I get back to my office, it syncs to my computer and it backs up straight to my computer.
Yeah.
And once it's backed up to my computer, I make sure that it's backed up again. We talked about this today.
Yeah.
And I delete stuff off the phone
because
once I know it's backed up.
Do you know what happens if you don't, Rob?
Something crashes.
You end up being me, a very frustrated older man, going redder and redder and redder.
So what has happened is Adobe's cloud crashed.
Oh no.
Basically. So along with a lot of people's presets, so you can create your own presets for developing, for post-processing and stuff. A lot of people's images have been deleted.
No, they haven't, Rob.
And I think it goes back to a year and a half or 2 years and a half.
Don't say that.
Yeah, a lot of people it's happened to. So it hasn't happened to me. All my stuff, like I said, is backed up. But I mean, that's a tremendous loss for a lot of people.
What is it?
And it just brings it back to a moral of a story. People, this isn't the be all and end all. Your phone or your iPad is not the be all and end all of your images. Just like you shouldn't be taking countless images on your phone and never download it, or countless images on your camera and not downloading them again to your computer.
Yeah.
Always be backing these things up. Always. Don't rely on the cloud for it. Somebody flipped the switch.
I'm at 30.
Who knows?
I'm at 30 minutes on my phone. Just so you know.
Damn it. Okay, everybody. I'm at 24 minutes on the camera.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You looking in the mirror, didn't that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we did start.
So you got one more story, Chris?
No, that was me, Rob. But I do want to ask. One thing is, if that can happen to Adobe, then it can happen to anybody.
Well, like we talked a couple of weeks ago about Canon.
Yeah.
It happened to Canon. Canon's cloud went down. People lost their shit off of the Canon cloud. Now we've got Adobe. Last week or week.
Was it malicious?
No, it's not malicious. No, that wasn't the malware ransom thing with Canon. Canon also lost stuff on their cloud, on their consumer cloud stuff.
Do you know what's happening, Rob? My leg's gone twitchy. Look at me bite my lip.
You need to get yourself a raid.
I need to get. If only I knew a friend who had one.
Well, I got, I came back today. I offered Chris a raid, and I needed to work on it. I hadn't got it all sussed out. But I came back here, and I realized, Chris, I have another raid here that I can loan to you. So
you said that on.
We're going to get you hooked up, dude.
Good man.
We're going to get you hooked up.
Good man. The artist is cracking open. There's a professional in there somewhere.
Well, thank you very much, Chris.
Rob, no, thank you. Thank you very much.
That was great.
Thank you, Rob.
And we'll do this again next week.
Rob, let's keep doing it until we're old men.
So far, it's been working out.
I think so.
Thanks, Chris.
Chihuahua.
See you later. Bye.
See you, bud. Bye.